Hello, my name is Wiley Harwell. I'm the Executive Director of the Oklahoma Association on Problem Gambling and Gaming.
And I'm Tana Russell. I am Deputy Director with the Evergreen Council on Problem Gambling. I am excited about this workbook because there are few tools out there for use in gambling treatment groups. This workbook is essentially a compilation of CBT worksheets for the most part. Based on evidence-based practices, there's a long list of resources that goes along with it. And so it's really compiling a lot of best practices and procedures for going through important topics with a group that has at least the one thing in common of recovery from gambling, whatever stage that they are in. So very excited to be able to release this to folks.
All the stages of change are worked through, a lot of motivational interviewing techniques, stages of change, triggers and relapses. So I think there's just something for everybody in this. And when it's been tested so far, it's actually lasted longer than a year because people really want to delve into some of the sections and just keep going. So there's plenty of exercises to work. And I think it's fairly self-instructed, but we do encourage you to come to the training before you use the workbook.
Thank you. Yeah. Wiley's been facilitating this facilitator training in Oklahoma. He's been joining us for us to co-facilitate it in Washington State. This workbook is not available just to purchase outright or download without completing the facilitator training for it. Wiley, do you want to talk a little bit about that piece?
You're going to get your hands on every single page and understand the concepts, the exercises, and many of them you'll recognize from a dialectical behavioral therapy. You'll see a lot of the things that you're familiar with, but how to adapt this to the usage for those with a gambling disorder is our purpose.
Wiley and I will be offering this workbook facilitator training at our upcoming Focus on the Future conference, which is April 27th through 30th of 2026 at the Heathman Lodge in Vancouver, Washington. It is a 4-hour half-day session during the pre-conference. We will provide printed copies of the workbook on site for those who are attending the training, and those workbooks will be $10. Also, we do provide a QR code during the session where everyone there can download it for free. So this workbook, like Wiley said, it covers 4 different categories: education, triggers and urges, maintenance, and process. It provides a variety of worksheets and really trusts the facilitator to adapt it to who's in the room for their group, as well as the facilitator's own skills. If they are a clinician or they're a peer, they may facilitate this a little bit differently to keep it within their scope and their supervision. So a few of those things that are in there includes goal setting, which progresses with the client as they go.
The goal setting starts out very basic in the beginning stages of recovery. One may be able to only set a goal for a few moments at a time, hopefully a day at a time, and then it begins to lengthen as we get into the second session of goals being more of a medium range up to about 3 months and then to 6 months, and then a long-term goal. So every section has a goal setting aspect to it. In fact, many of the exercises do, so that you can then, by the end of it, after a year, 9 months, start planning goals for 9 months in the year, but giving the participant, those in the group, ample opportunity to journal, write goals, and follow the tracking as it goes along, progressing into longer and longer periods of time.